All right, guys, welcome back. So, the first step in taking on this project, the other projects that we've done in the past, I haven't necessarily hired an architect, but I've hired an interior designer and I've had a rough idea of what we want to do. But this time I'm like, man, this is not like a regular apartment. This is like a whole house that has different elements into it. So I'm like, okay, the things that I've always complained about, I'm not gonna do that. So I'm like, told this client, number one, we have to hire an architect. So what we did in this apartment is I did a walkthrough with the architect and we interacted with the client, what I recommend, what we don't like. And I'll kind of take you guys through today, like what the walkthrough is like and the things that we're going to kind of fix and adapt. So that's what this episode is going to be. Then the next episode, I will talk you guys through the next step in that process. All right, so let's start this one. So the first step, as we're looking at this house, I am potentially starting from external to internal. So one of the first things is that I wanted to talk about the curb appeal, like what can be done to increase this curb appeal. So after a little bit of back and forth, we knew that this place, all concrete. So I'm like, we need some green spaces, some greenery. So what we have decided is number one, we are going to cover this drainage here, and we're going to kind of use like kind of like an iron where it's like still transparent. So this is going to be covered. And number two, because this parking lot can hold like maybe 2 or 3 parking spots, I decided that, you know what, why don't we turn this into a parking lot? Now, some of this inspiration is derived from what's in the neighborhood already. So like if you guys look at the back here, you guys see that there's parking here. So I decided, you know what, why don't we have, there's already these pillars, 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna turn this 3 into like parking lots. And this big pole, we're going to relocate it. So we're gonna get a brand new pole, we're gonna relocate it, put it to the side. And then on top of that, we are going to have green spaces that kind of go around the land. So there's going to be some green kind of plants here with some green spaces and then parking lots for cars. So you guys see that's the external outside already. Now, this one was a hard one. We've been trying to decide, do we want to have an open fence, closed fence? But after we wanted the rooftop before, but after kind of debating back and forth, I like open spaces. So open spaces, and what I mean by that is I like outdoor spaces. I like the idea of not just having an indoor living, but also like an outdoor living experience. So I decided we're going to have an outdoor kind of sit down area in the front. So since we're going to put an outdoor lounge area, that means we need privacy. So essentially, this is going to go, boom, that's going to go, that's going to go, and we're going to add some little bit of designs here. We're going to raise the pillar up. And this gate, I don't like that when the car comes in like this. You have to open the gate out. So one of the things that we are going to change, we're going to take this gate out completely, replace it with a sliding gate. So the sliding gate is not going to go, it's going to be remote control. So like if this person is coming home, they necessarily don't need a security to open the gate for them. They can just press the button, the gate will slide, and then the gate will slide back up. So that gives you an idea of what the outside is going to be. All right. So now here, all this flooring for sure is going to be uprooted, taken away. We're going to put what we call stamped concrete, which I love. It's a smoother texture. It won't have all these ups and down texture there. So all this floor is going in. Because of I love outdoor spaces, we are going to have a nice gazebo area here, maybe with waterfall or just a lounge area where people can hang out outside and have a roof and people can just chill. That way this outdoor space is not just for cars, but this place can still fit 1, 2, maybe 3 cars. So that's kind of what's going on in this outdoor space area, and we're still going to have some plants throughout as well. And then all throughout the side of the house, we're going to kind of screed all the walls, of course, and have kind of like more greenery on the wall and then kind of some plants all throughout. So you guys have followed me so far, and that's going to happen and wrap around the 3, kind of like the whole 360 of the house. Again, we're still outside. So now, Ah, well done, sir. How are you doing, though? So now let's talk about the front of the house. So I personally don't like this spaceship look of a house, and it's similar to the other houses here. So I promised the client that we're going to do something very unique. So we decided that since there's like already a brick element in that indoor area, and also if you guys look at the house at this side here, there's kind of like some bricks already. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to transform the front of the house and kind of add some bricks and just give it a unique look. Maybe expand the balcony a little bit to create more spaces. So that is definitely what we're going to do on the outside. So architect work is to plan all of that out, see how all of that fixes, and then I'm going to kind of show you guys the drawings as you guys can see what's happening. But I'd like you guys to go on this journey with me. What do you guys think of all these ideas? What would you incorporate? What would you change? What have you always wanted to do? So yeah, so comment underneath this video and let me know. So today, that is today's episode. I just wanted to kind of walk you through what to expect. So we're gonna be updating you guys every week on what's going on. But this is step one, is planning out the external architectural of the building. And next week, come back and we will talk about the internal design of the building. All right, make sure to subscribe if you want more videos like this. And last, remember, it's your time to rise and let your light shine. Peace.